Hello everyone, I am Tacit, and welcome to the Gems of War. What is it now? Campaign 24, Week 4, live stream. So today, or more so this week, we have ourselves an Adana event. Because of that, we have a really good event key drop table, most notably Tesla. Ironhawk is also in it as a mythic, as well as Tina 9000. But because there's 4 mythics in the drop table, the chance of specifically getting them is not the greatest, particularly since you need 2 or 3 Ironhawks to really make it function. However, getting double Tesla is decently accessible, and highly advised getting. Really good overall damage, boost throughout the entire game, boost based on whatever the game mode is. As long as you're allowed to use it in the game mode, she is absurdly good damage. We'll be using her a lot today, as she is not only just a good troop in general, but also insanely good for every single event this week. So yeah, let's go grab the raid event team. And yeah, let's head straight into raids. One other thing I want to get done this stream, which was also in the title, but of course, we got the 8.7 patch last week. However, I never did get around to doing all of the achievements for it. One of them I did get done during the video because it's so quick. But yeah, I want to go do the other two. The Burning Gem one should only take 1 battle. The Barrier Gem one is the one that's probably going to take the most though. But we'll go maybe just use it as our PvP team or do something to try to get those gems down. Then I'll try doing it on Explore 12 or something where it's a little bit safer. But we'll do something to go get it down. Even if we have to do the 1 turn at a time method, which would be a little slow with it, but better than nothing. I don't think we can change anything here. Actually, if anything, I should actually move the Tesla up a little bit, because for these earlier fights, we're actually not going to be needing our weapon. Going straight into Tesla should be way more than enough damage. Alright, that should be everything we need. Probably just get Bork rolling right off the ground and win. Hope we get a surge on brown or yellow. Go straight into Tesla. Get all the mana we need. Boom. Don't think we need to change anything else. Of course, got to use a lock so we get double score. He also has double damage. Though we'll probably mostly just be spamming Tesla and barely even need his damage this time around, as Tesla just does that much damage. But anyways, hello everyone! Oh, I can't even see chat. Let me go move this over 1 second. Hello everyone! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you guys been having a wonderful start of your week. Hello, yeah. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Jets. Hello, Stacy. Hello, Mulu. Hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's go get all of our mana we need. Next PvP season troop details have been revealed on the Tyrannium. Oh, by the way, do you have a link for that? For whatever reason, my thing for it went away. And I actually forget what the link is. Oh, I forgot. You can't post links in the YouTube thing. I actually forgot what the link is off the top of my head. I was keeping it here, but then, for whatever reason, my browser thing reset on Steam. And now it's not here anymore, and I forget what the exact link is. It's that one database thing. Because Terran's World was always easy to remember, just Terran's World. That's hello, Chris! Welcome, welcome. Of course, we don't have it anymore. It's gone. Hello, Defiant! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, also, we will be streaming almost every single day this week as well, by the way. Not necessarily Gems of War, but something. It's been a while since we have been. I figured we might as well. I've been meaning to do more for a while now. I just kind of haven't been recently. Keep getting caught up in things. Hello, Minnie! Welcome, welcome, welcome. There's a link in the spoiler thread? Thank you. I'll go check that later then. Yeah, raid boss is generally pretty easy. Same as invasion event. But this week extra so, because all you really need to do is just click Tesla to win. Very, very free event week. Which also means very free Underspire. Because you're allowed to run almost the exact same team in Underspire. If anything, your Underspire team's going to be even better. Because you're not forced to have to use lock on your team. So you actually have 4 troops instead of 3. Yeah, that one page still doesn't show images. It's a purely text-based website. There's no images or anything on it. Which is basically just an Excel sheet. But yeah, there's no images there. But it has all the info and everything. Just in text form. Because yeah, Terran's World had a nice feature where it made like a nice graphic out of them. Out of all the info. No, boss and tower is something slightly different. For raid events, there's always just one singular boss all the way at the end. And towers by the end is 4 towers they have to take out. Towers are generally easy because all you have to do is put 2 tower slaying troops in your front and you can just skull spam them all down. And win easily that way. Raid event is normally pretty easy because in a real team you would just go use whatever your raid troop is, kill that, and then use your cleanup troops to go clean up everything else. But this isn't a real event week. We just run Tesla and just click her every time. We can basically just ignore the raid troop mechanic. Does he gain Submerge? Does he gain Submerge? Oh, that could be a problem later on. He does have Aquatic, so we actually are going to have to poke him at some point with the raid troop. Whenever Tesla stops one-shotting, we will actually need to go and one-shot it back with the Raid Slayer. Because if we don't get one-shot Tesla, we can't just double Tesla due to its Submerge. Oh, that's unfortunate. Or a while before we hit that point, though. I don't think we're going to hit it today. Honestly, by the time the guild gets all the points, we might not even hit the wall where she would stop one-shotting. Especially if we go give her armor, because right now I have it set to magic, which she does absolutely nothing with. Oh, is that the link? I think Defiant got it for us. Yeah, that should be the one. Thank you. Alright, let me go put that right over here, so I don't forget it. If it'll open. Why isn't it opening? Oops, wrong thing. There we go. Thank you, Defiant. Boom. Is that it? Should be it. Any moment now. Likes to take a couple years to load sometimes. Almost there. Hey, maybe I should go play the game while we're waiting for it to load. Hopefully it loads in the background. Too much text. Alright, is it loaded yet? There we go. We're in. Alright, what were we looking up again? I don't remember why we're here. Why did we come here? Someone mentioned something about something. Blah 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 blah. Next PvP season troop. Next PvP season troop. Oh, you mean the Immortal and the other thing? Oh yeah, it's these two. Immortal Leo and Immortal Zatriel. I'm not sure if we currently know which one these will be the main two, but yeah, these are the two Immortals for next PvP season in a couple weeks. Someone's saying Leo was really good. Deal magic plus 2 true damage to 5 random enemies. Oh yeah, that's really good. Oh wow. What? Why did they make that one so strong? Full magic value? They're definitely gonna nerf that some. If he's in Bay of Stars, deal double damage, destroy gems in an X shape. Why is this so strong? If that's the featured one, that's the strongest one we've had, ever? It's kind of like the blue one that we had for the glacial area, except, true damage. And full damage instead of reduced. That is so strong. Unfortunately, its final trait's not the greatest. And the other one is deal true heavy splash to 3. Which honestly isn't that bad either. Boosted by barrier gems. It doesn't have a magic boost ratio here though for some reason. So I'm not sure what its ratio is. Also, hello Isabel! Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Boosted by barrier gems. If used in Aidania, deal double damage. Which of course is the standard thing. Has a bit of score reduction, convert a purple gem to barrier gem. But yeah, they both have really good abilities. Their trait setups are pretty average though. But both their abilities is pretty solid. So whichever one is featured is nice. I'm not sure if they're going to tone them down a little bit because that seems pretty strong compared to the average Immortal. Both of them are in the above average area. Unless they tone down how much magic gets converted into their damage. Which might happen because there's still a few weeks left. Yeah, I'll probably be streaming Brighter Shores tomorrow because I want to go over the thing that they announced today. They announced like the biggest roadmap that they've ever had, ever. How long it'll take them to do it, we don't know. But the roadmap they just posted seems very, very, very interesting. And if all that was implemented today, I'd probably be back to playing that game like 8 hours a day. Unfortunately, it's probably going to take them like half a year to implement the list that they posted today. Which is kind of unfortunate. Is Vault this weekend or next? No, it's not this weekend. This weekend is, a faction event for Obsidian Depths, which is a brown-purple restriction. But this weekend's Obsidian Depths faction event. But this weekend's overall pretty tame week. Only really big thing happening is Adana event keys to go get Tesla. If you don't own double Tesla, you don't want to leave this week without double Tesla from event keys. And the only other thing is this Wednesday is the first time the Tina 9000 pet has ever been 100% obtainable. It's been in the drop table for several months now. But it's the first time it's ever been as like a featured pet. They've been doing that for a lot of the old pets that were like gem locked or money locked in the past. At least from the old Legends Reborn events. The what you call it faction? Yes, Obsidian Devs. We're getting to the point where almost every place has a deep delve. I wonder what they're going to do after that point. Are they going to start adding a 6 troop to every single place? Or replace it with some kind of new event? Because I forget what the count is, but we must be getting pretty close to every single place having a deep delve. Like, there must only be like 10, 15 left, if even that. Far less? Is it way less than that? Yeah, I've been losing track. I haven't really been keeping exact tabs on them. But yeah, they're getting down to the wire. Because they're adding one per month. So probably almost near the end this year, they should probably be done. Which means they would have to have some kind of game mode or something to replace it by then. Or whatever they're doing with it. We don't really know. You'll be setting up all the deep delves for Vault Event Weekend? Oh no, does that strategy work that well? I'm still not fully certain what that strategy is. Because I didn't really look into it much last time when it was mentioned. Ooh, nice Tyrion. Huge congrats. Midnight, Volpacia, and Hellcrag are the only few left? Really? Wow. I did not realize it was that low. Oh, is that high? Maybe I should be starting to set some of them up then. So you just set it up and then do it during the event and it just has way higher odds or something? That seems weird. Is that all you do for it? I guess we could be working towards that. I won't be able to set them up for all of them by then. But we can start working from one corner and working our way around. Let's go with Depths of Sin. Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to cancel some of these battles because I have some of them set to 50. Alright, Deep Delve. Alright, let me go set up a real team. What was it again? Red, purple? Red, purple. What do I want to run for red, purple? Oh, we got access to Tesla. It's Tesla week. We gotta go for it. I just need wand and then, throw. That should be everything we need. Putting throw on first slot like that's probably not worth it. But we're going to do it anyways. And then set to like double red or something. And we're good to go. Is that everything? I was probably set to like double purple or something just to ensure, but it's fine. I don't know, do I go double purple? I feel like double purple is overkill. I'll go for it though. Where even is purple? Alright, let's go double purple just to ensure he gets full mana turn 1. He's gonna probably get it without it, but we'll do it this way. Oh wait, I only have to set it up, right? I don't actually have to do the place, do I? I just realized that. I only have to set up the area. I don't actually have to do the battle, do I? Well, at least the team is saved now. So what do? You just leave it here and then take the room on Vault Event Weekend? I do the battle up to the gnome room? Check. Alright, one down. I guess we can spend some gems if we want to get some more set up. You can set up 3 per day if you spend 50 gems. I'm not sure if that's worth it though. There's enough time between Vault Event weekends to do it for most of them without needing to do that. But it would allow setting up 3. Oh, this one's not even set up to the proper 500 thingy. Where do you even go to buy those? I think you do it on the other menu. Let me retreat from this real quick. Because this is a 500 without the gnome thingy. It's not a deep delve one. Yeah, it's 50 gems if you want to set up 3 per day. I don't know. Did we set up 3 per day? Is the loot that much better? I guess it is if we're getting a verse gnome from them. Is it really that good? I don't know, I guess we'll do it. We'll try it out this next Vault Event weekend and see how it goes. Alright, we have access to blue purple. You know what that means? Hello, Tesla. Round 2. Hello, team we just made. You also work here. Alright, this one's not all the way there yet. So I guess we'll have to do a couple of the rooms first. To path our way over there. Yeah, we'll take quite a bit of time to get that far in all of them, but I don't know, I guess we'll try it out this time. If it seems worth it, I guess I'll set it up every time. Because with endgame teams, it doesn't take that long. Like, each delve's gonna take like 10 minutes tops, not even. Probably closer to 5. Because having throw on first slot's not a good idea. The struggle of throw first slot. But hey, I wanted my mana and I wanted it now. I now have to do the other battles without. It's not too big a deal though. Wand is far more than enough. Especially if it gets full mana. Alright, another one set up. And now he's got to do one more. I should have taken that red, whoops. All of the mana. Alright, there we go. And one more, Loraz's Lair. Alright, this time we can't run Tesla. You know what we can run though, I think? Doesn't he use yellow? I just put Dagonoff. How do you spell Maelstrom Dagonoff? Meal. Not that kind of mail. I forget what color he is. Does he not use yellow? He might not. I thought he did. I forget what his color is off the top of my head. Yes, he does not. Oh no, we're not at M's yet. Gosh, so many immortals. Yeah, he doesn't use M. Blue, green, brown. Yeah, we can't use them. What was your restriction again? Yellow, purple. I guess it's just an Iron Good Zolgoth build then. I'm trying to think what else in like current meta that's like really quick at that range. But it might just be an Iron Good Zolgoth angle. A meal. Oh yeah, we have Catharix too if we want. Obviously Flower Dragon. I don't want to do Flower Dragon at this high durability though. I want insta-kill. Yeah, I think we're just going to Iron Gut Zolgoth angle. Or even Iron Catharix. Nice thing about Zol though is it covers every color except for one. It doesn't matter if we're going to be running Wand anyways. You know, I am going Catharix. Give it up. That should be everything we need. Banner, class. Give me like Titan or something. Yeah, that should be good to go. But I wanted to try oh wait, I just realized we're on the wrong thing. I didn't reset this battle thing yet. But I can just retreat. It does save our team, right? Let's hope so. Alright, good, it does save your team. Oh, we should be good to go now. Neil Storm sounds like a the opposite of a hunger strike. Alright, merchant, what do we have here? Nothing. Oh yeah, this is that one really weird layout. I forget when we're even going to be next to the chest other than when it's highlighted, I guess. Is that one really weird madness one that you have to go all over the place for? And I completely forget what way it winds around. It's been ages since I've done this place. Yeah, that's one of those weird gimmicks that it has here. It's like every room leads to some completely different area. You'll know when you're next to something by if it's highlighted, though. So as soon as we see the chest is highlighted, we're deep enough. Alright, it's not highlighted yet. Alright, we're deep enough. Alright. 3 of them are set up. We'll keep sending them up later. Alright, next order of business. What we're we doing? Board event or raid event. Oh no, I already did that. Alright, let's go on out of code. I haven't had a single code yet. Here you guys go. Enjoy. Alright, so dailies. We gotta go do all of them. So let's go do all of them real quick. Not with that team. Where's Quick Kill Flower? Quick Kill Flower, where are you? There it is. I just realized how pale I look in the thingy right there. There's 2 issues with that. One is the really dated webcam. The other is the absurd lack of lighting in this room. Both of which I should probably fix sometime this year. Because this webcam was almost dated when we first got it, like a decade ago. Technology has advanced quite heavily in webcam technology since then. Alright, now for the really good one. Purple Deeds and 2 Imperials. That is so good. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. I didn't mention it yet. But the guild did win on the final day. So we won 2 and we lost 2. And one of the 2 that we lost, we only lost by about 87 points. Oh yeah, can we see what the PvP thing is? We weren't able to earlier when I was checking it. Can we see it now? No, we still can't. Alright, where were we? Not that. The other thing. We still can't see what the typing is for next season yet. Or, you know, for next month's Guild War. So we don't know what we need to prep for yet. If we even can prep for it at all. Obviously we already own everything. Or, you know, this account already owns everything. I mean, like, generally speaking. Because there might be an event week prior to it where you can get some good stuff for it. Alright, there we go, all cleared. Alright, dailies, check. Campaign, soon to be check. We're getting there. Raid boss, check. Really free this week. Dungeon, you're next. Underspire, we're 100% doing all of it again. Double Tesla is so free. It's probably even freer than last week because we have a really good mana accumulator with Bork. Plus Tesla scales way better to the final fights. Though I do have to say, Blue Dragon from last week is probably quicker on floor 4 than Tesla will be. Because I don't think Tesla one-shots floor 4, but Blue Flower Dragon did. It'd be like the only floor where Blue Flower Dragon actually would have been quicker. But all earlier floors, Tesla will be quicker because of better mana accumulation. And then all later floors will be quicker because it scales better. But I think floor 4 would be the only one where Flower Dragon would have been quicker. Because Tesla's likely going to need double cast. Whereas Flower Dragon was able to single cast it with how absurd his damage range is. What a battle. I refuse to reset it, we'll be fine. What's the worst that can happen? There we go. What a weird fight. Luckily I get infinite tries on these, so it doesn't really matter if we have to do that. Otherwise, I'd be using a way safer team than what we're using right now. Generally, you don't want to put your Flower Dragon and or Stellaryx in first slot. Well, Stellaryx you kind of could because it's tankier. Flower Dragon you generally never want to do like this. But in a game mode where it doesn't matter if you lose like this one, it's perfectly fine. Do you think 8.8 update will drop before the next Guild War? It could. If they keep doing monthly updates like they have been, it's definitely possible. Given that we just had a Guild War and a patch. Because they've been doing updates a lot more frequently lately. A lot of them have been smaller, like the most recent one, of course. But the frequency is nearly one a month this year. Alright, those will get up soon. Why does it keep blinking? I guess because I have rewards I haven't claimed from here. So if I claim this, it'll stop blinking, right? There we go. Alright, Under Spiral, we'll do that last. Because that's just going to be Tesla team again. Vault keys, we'll worry until the next Vault event weekend comes around. Got 100 of them to go open. Alright, let's go to PvP. Oh yeah, we did win last week's PvP, by the way. We got 80 gold marks. And now we're in Diamond rank. Which means I need to deliberately lose this week if we can help it. So I got to try to do very minimal PvP this week. I got to do like the bare bones of the bare bones for PvP. As we need to deliberately throw. Because we either need to make top 3 or make bottom 7 or whatever it is. Anything else is kind of pointless. We got to either be in the lowest percent that goes down or be in top 3 so we actually get something. And ideally we'll just be in lowest 3. Oh yeah, I saw the thing that you mentioned earlier, Tyrion. The 3 factions that haven't gotten one yet. I just didn't make any comment on it, but yeah, right there. I did read it, I just still always read everything aloud. But I see it. I just realized you can't see my pointer, can you? I just noticed that. It highlights it, but you don't see my pointer pointing at it. There's a way to fix that. Wait. I got something for it. Properties. Show mouse cursor. Aha! Now you can see it. Oh no, you still can't. What? Scammed. I just changed properties to be able to show it. Oh, I have to click on it for it to count. Oh, that's interesting. So if I don't click on it, it still highlights it, but doesn't show mouse. But now, if I click on it, it will show my mouse. That's weird. That's really weird. But if I just hover over it, it doesn't show the mouse. But if I click and hover over it, it does show the mouse. That's so weird. What did you miss? Not too much. Jeddah revealed that 8.8 will be PvP in Guild War. Ooh. They were working on that a lot last year. Curious exactly what they would still be changing at this point. There's definitely a lot of tweaks it could use. As far as what they would ultimately do is up in the air, though. What happens when you circle White Helm for 7 hours? We did that once. It was fun. We did a whole stream that all we did was circle White Helm. Where our mouse cursor just circled White Helm for an entire stream of like 10 hours or whatever it was. It was a fun stream. Oh yeah, they were talking about that one mechanic that you mentioned in that one video that I still haven't checked out that I probably should at some point. Related to, oh, I don't have a team set up for this? Alright, let me just grab it off the middle. Related to the treasure gnomes in Underworld. I'm gonna go grab a team. Same one as what we run in Central. What am I looking for here? I'm looking for this battle. There we go. I don't know, does it actually get better odds? Or is that just like a conspiracy that it gives better odds? But does it like definitively give you better odds at actually getting stuff during Vault Event Weekend? Because my understanding of it is it was always worth it in the sense that it would give you the treasure roll. But has it been like definitively proven that the treasure roll is better during Vault Event Weekends? Like the chance of it giving you like a rarer gnome? Because the main reason I've never stacked them in the past is I assumed they were just the same odds. Alright, we got out that one. So now we just have to do Volpacia or Giant. Volpacia has has Stellaryx. The problem is everyone's going to be using Stellaryx. Or are they? No Stellaryx, no Stellaryx. Really? Triple none? Maybe we do Volpacia for once. Because if I go check Mythic here, we have access to Stellaryx. And always feed it mana with the 0 and powers that exist here. Okay, I see why people aren't doing it then. Never mind, plan B. We're not doing Volpacia. We will tomorrow because we're going to need to anyways. But I'm doing Giant. Give me that Glacia. Almost max level too, level 26. Because what is that noise? That's weird. There's something outside. It must be a neighbor or something doing something. What is that? Power. Oh yeah, we don't get any good in powers here. Why does every place have no good in power? Both our two options are horrible. Alright, I know, it has some amount of mana still. What's our link option? I guess it's feed yellow or something. Alright, there's our team. I don't really need to give them half minute start. We can just go with like mech or something. And hey, I forgot to mention in the Monday video, or no, I think I briefly mentioned it. But mech does have 20% extra stats this week. Because I mentioned it was Adana plus mech, which also happens to be mech hero class. So if you use it with any weapon or anything, it has 20% higher durability. And more importantly, 20% more damage. So even more of a reason to use mech class this week than the billion reasons there already were. some point we'll get a turn. There we go. We might actually lose this. Problem is I'm not getting extra turn. Oddly enough, I'm gonna need to use this just to get rid of barrier. So we can then kill next turn. What a weird battle. Win's a win though. Oh, so I showed that little lucky clover thing. I forget what that's for, but it's funny. Yeah, we're one turn away from losing if it would have casted its Glacia one more time. Too bad normal Glacia has never been relevant. It has Perpetual Blue Storm, but its ability has been dead content since the day it's come out. Even back when Queen Mab was actually like somewhat useful. It was always just more useful using Queen Mab than bothering to use her. She does less damage on cast than Queen Mab. Even though she has the ability to summon Queen Mab, or at least the normal one does, not the immortal one. Hello, Chad! Welcome, welcome. I probably should be casting. I forgot. It's not going to kill it anytime soon. Better just to get her back up and just cast that. Alright, then we'll take this one. Yeah, generally, any team that's ever using Stellaryx, you can replace it with any damage source. Like, any team that ever uses Flower Dragon or Stellaryx, you can normally just use whatever your best option is that hits all enemies and it will do kind of similar. Which is normally Stellaryx or Flower Dragon because they have the most amount of damage pressure. But something as basic as like a Legendary of Truffle from that one faction can do very similar to what either of the other two would. It would just take longer. Is this the achievement grind? No, I was just doing a daily for PvPs. But no, I'll be doing that next, actually. As soon as we go finish this out. One of them I got during the video. The other two we'll be doing as soon as we go get our 3 Valhawks real quick. So we'll go do that right now and then go do the achievement thingy. The Burning Gem one should be pretty quick. The Barrier Gem one's going to be kind of annoying, though. It's the only one that's not quick. This is a barrier creating troop that I'm forgetting. I don't believe there is. Like, your best bet is either 1 per turn or make 5 and then clear the board. The other option is to get a Barrier Storm for PvP, but currently PC Mobile does not have Barrier Storm this week. Maybe some other platforms do, but PC Mobile does not. It's different per platform other than PC Mobile, though, so some other platform might have it this week. But we don't, unfortunately. Because the quickest way to get that done would just be to go there and just keep board clearing over and over again. Go to whatever PvP location has Barrier Storm and just clear the board with every cast you do. Is that 3? I want to make sure we get a pretty low amount of PvP points this week. So we're going to try not to do any extra if we can help it. I deliberately want to try to lose our ranking thing. Oh no, come on, too many zeros. Come on, do battle. Because there's no way I'm going to go get that much. Come on, zeros, get more points. I need more than 0 there. Come on, come on. I need to go down to diamond rank. I mean to ruby rank. Alright, let's go through the checks again. Dailies, check. Campaign, check. Or soon to be check. Getting there. Raid, check. Underworld, Berdunia Last, or Underspire, I mean. Dungeon, check. Yeah. And guild event, check. Alright, let me go do the 2 achievements then. So it's Burning Gem and Barrier. Maybe do Burning Gem next. That one should be really free. And then let's go to like level 12 Explorer and just farm it with the other mechanic. Alright, I'll just clear the board and then we just cast her until we have the achievement. Or until we accidentally kill the enemy team more so. Dude, that's realistically how this is going to end. Is this accidentally sculling them to death? Where's my full mana? There we go. Oh, come on. Where's my full mana? How are you still 1 mana short? After all that. Yeah, that should be enough, right? Let's hope so. No, it was not. Really? Alright, one more battle, I guess. How is that not 100 yet? We already had like 50 something. Well, it should be like 1 short or something. Let's see, does it auto update? I don't think it does. If you restart the game, it does. Maybe it did, because that's 85. So I just need 15 more this battle. Who says they work? No, all of the numbers have moved up, so they're definitely working. Plus I got one of them accidentally earlier during the video. Just because the Hourglass, or not the Hourglass one, but the Freeze Gem one was so free. I think we can start just winning the battle now. There's no way that wasn't 15. So where are all the reds at? I can't even get an extra turn here. Oh, I thought we had it on blue. Oh, no, we do. Okay. Perfect. Alright, let's go take a skull now. That should be way more than enough. There it is! Burning gem completed. Alright, now to do the really annoying one. Which is, barrier. Where we basically have to do it 5 at a time. And the 1 per turn off the other thing. Did I ever get the Jangmo? Oh yeah, I got the Pokemon thing last weekend. I just used an Annihilate, but I actually make a new one. I had to use one of them that I got from a raid den in like the first week that we played the game. Because the one I had for competitive didn't have the right build for it. So I just made a new one. Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward event. Yeah, this one's going to be really slow. I think per battle we're going to get like 15 max. Maybe 20. Oh, so I should use Wand of Stars here. That's fine though. Bork should be more than enough once we get it going. Alright, we'll hand out another code. Yeah, I've been slacking on codes lately. There you guys go. Actually, I still haven't even touched this month's codes yet, by the way. I still have like 10 codes for last month. And I haven't even touched, well, aside from the 1 special pet code. But aside from that, I haven't even touched the July codes yet. What change are to make into Brighter Shores? Oh, 1 billion of them. We'll be going over that in the stream we'll do tomorrow. But they got big plans. How long will it take them to implement those big plans? I have no clue. At their current rate, like half a year to a year. But if they were to implement it all, it sounds pretty nice. This is like the 3rd or 4th time they've like hard pivoted what their plan is though. So we'll see if they go through with it this time. Oh, so you know what we should go do? I should go to Merlantis because they have Submerge. Because I actually want to deliberately not win. Just so we can keep getting the barrier gems going. And that'll make it so they won't die. Because right now we're winning too much. Yeah, let me go to Merlantis. That should probably get it done a lot quicker. Oh, so why do I have Merlantis set to Explore 1? Alright, this should be a little bit better. Because we deliberately want them to have Submerge. Actually, I should probably get rid of Mech. As we actively want them to keep their Submerge. Oh wait, I can't do that though. I'd have to change the perk, I guess. I'm not gonna bother doing that just for this though. I don't know, how many more barriers do we need? We shouldn't need that many. It's not that bad. We're getting at least like 7 per battle or something. Will we ever do Fall Guys again? I'm not sure. Has Fall Guys done anything over the last couple years? Has anyone played Fall Guys recently? The main thing that made me stop is when they basically made it into a sandbox game. Because then it decentivized doing the main maps. The matchmaking for main maps were already getting kind of bad. But then they added like all the custom map queuing and everything. And then the meta for farming crowns was just do custom maps. Like half the player base probably doesn't even play the main game anymore. If not even more. Yeah, that's the main thing that made me stop was around that time. Like pretty much exactly so. There we go, we got it. Like, that wasn't too bad. It was definitely by far the longest one. It took longer doing... Oh, nice, Anisha. Well, we got rewarded for it. But it definitely took longer to do that one than the other two combined. That's not too bad. And we said earlier, it'd take about a half an hour to do all 3 of them. And yeah, that's about it. But the barrier one taking like 20 of those minutes probably, no. It wasn't even that long. I think we did all of them in totality in like 15 to 20 minutes. I just didn't do them all back to back, so it was a little bit more spread out. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Yeah, it's all 3 of the new achievements done. The only one I haven't done now is own 5 Immortals in PvP to level 10. Mostly because this is RNG locked or paywall locked. And we have not gotten either. I did pay for it the one time, the very first season. And based on what we're getting next season, who knows, maybe I'll do it next season. For the 2nd time ever. But, oh, I still have not gotten Gemini yet, somehow. But, yeah, how are we doing on that? How many are close to 10? The one from this season is nearly there. One of them from, I think, a past season was also around 8. Another one around 8. Another one around 8. Another one around 8. Yeah, the only ones that have a 10 or higher are Celine, which was a featured one at 1 week. And the one we paid money for. That is it. Glacia, we spent 15 bucks for, as well as everything else we got from it. And Mortal Celine is the only other one, because it was a featured one. We have yet to get any other one to level 10. Who knows? Maybe next PvP season. But yeah, it's the only achievement we don't have in the game currently. 3 level 10 Immortals. We currently have 2, barely. Though we do have a lot that are creeping pretty close. There's almost no more burning marks that we get from this season, though. I guess unless I get a lot more PvP rating. But even then, it's not going to be that much. We'll get that one, 40, 60, like 80 at most. Maybe 100 at most, because we get another one there. But like 80 or 100 more. It's not going to be enough to really do much with. Anyways, what's left? I think it's just Underspire. Pretty sure Underspire is the only thing left. And technically doing 21 more wins. Do we even get a relevant stat? It's only armor. I think we could live a day without 5 armor. Alright, alright, let's go do it. Underspire, battle. I did not paste the team here yet. Some of them I make them in the actual restriction, other times I don't. For Underspire, I generally don't. But there we go. Which is kind of funny because the raid event I did. And it's almost the exact same restriction. But normally for Underspire, I just make it in the menu. But there we go. Oh, and I could just do that because we don't really need that early on. Alright, we're good to go. Just get Bork to full mana, click it, double cast Tesla, or single cast this early on. And that is match. Don't think we can change anything else. Other than, I guess, setting to armor, but we don't need to do that till way later fights. But yeah, this is even freer than last week. Yeah, we can't see what the restriction is for next week's Guild War, or next month's Guild War yet. Next Guild War might also get slightly delayed because next patch seems like it's going to be changing some things with Guild War and PvP potentially. Which would also explain why in-game it's not currently showing that a Guild War is scheduled. As next patch might be ruining its current scheduling. As it might be delaying it some. Oh, so are we against the wall right now? We are. I was like, wait, why is it doing that? Maybe it's because we're up against a wall. We're going to get weird wall physics. Is that Lester? Welcome, welcome. There we got a 15 and a 17. Definitely tick top F. Will you please show how you have merchant or Mechanists set up? Sure, I can go show mech real quick. The only thing that's really important to have on it is barrier and dispel, so you can get rid of submerge. But this is our current setup for it. So of course naturally it has its 50% mana start and immune to freeze, which is pretty nice. As far as its talent tree, first effect can pretty much be either of the three, but I normally go random stats effect as has the best chance of doing something good. This is basically just based on whatever your weapon is, either shield, tome, missile, or none. So this one really only matters if you're using a specific weapon. Normally just ignore it, but sometimes you can get some value from it. Next really important one is probably to have barrier at start of battle. It's one of the things that makes it like an in-between tank, getting that free barrier to start off with. It does have a little bit of like a resummon thing you could go as well, the Golem Protector. But more often than not, you're going for the barrier. Because this mana start doesn't really mean anything, because if you're using a 20%, it's just better than it. And it doesn't stack. Next, you can either go for extra magic or 20% extra skull damage based on your armor. Normally, I go for the extra skull damage just so you have a little bit more damage pressure. But if you have something really heavily based on magic, you could go for it. Like if you're using like Ruby Weapon or something and want that extra damage. Especially if you're doing something that has synergy with one of these three as well. Banishment is pretty much the whole reason why this class is used. 50% mana start into Banish. It allows you to dispel Submerge and Barrier and everything else, but you mostly use it for Submerge. And the other two just aren't worth it over it. It's like one of the whole reasons you even run it. And then the final one, you generally just set it to mech, because generally you're running another mech on your team. But even if you're not running any other mech on your team, you're still gaining 2 armor per turn for yourself. But that applies to every mech on the team, not just itself. But it's mostly for the Barrier Brown into Dispel, while having half mana start. And it comes with the added bonus of having immune to freeze. A lot of little small extra bonuses it has, but it's mostly 50% mana start Dispel is the whole reason why you run it. And this week you run it a lot because of 50% mana starts Bork, because it has 50% to all mechs, which Bork is. Also, it's 20% stats this week, which is nice because it's both a mech and a Adana. It's a really good week to be using it if you don't already. Or to go get it leveled to 70 if you haven't already gotten it for the Dispel. He doesn't really need his final perk that much, but it's really important to have his level 70 perk. Makes a huge difference. Because it's one of those classes that actually has that in a benefit in a sense, where you don't need to have it max for it to be effective. Some hero classes are basically unusable until you get them to level 100. But Mech is one of those classes that gets quite a bit of value just from being fully traded. And gets its full amount of value basically by level 70. You don't need level 100 for it to be really effective. As the final perk just gives you a little bit more armor to all mechs on the team. But you know, that is giving a little bit more damage to Tesla when we cast, but it's pretty minimal. Like over the course of the battle, we're only upping her damage by a few. That's the battle's going on for a while. Like, it's helping, but it's not making that big a difference, because she's not a mech, so she's not gaining the benefit from it. Her ability is, but her herself is not gaining any armor. If anyone's still any other questions or anyone want to go over to, let me know. So let me go ahead and add the final code. Because once we run out of torches here, we're probably going to call it for now.
Mana surge. Mana surge. Mana surge.
Yeah, this week is going to be so free with Tesla. What? A dead end already? That's not good. But I do plan to 100% complete Underspire again. I'm not sure if we're streaming Gems of War again this week, but I will be streaming other stuff throughout the week. Tomorrow specifically Brighter Shores, because they dropped some pretty big info today. And I kind of wanted to go over it tomorrow. I'm also just grinding a bit since we haven't grinded that game in like over a month now. I've literally just been upkeeping dailies. I'll check it for like, what is it, like 10 minutes a day across all 3 accounts. So like 3 minutes per account basically. And that's been how much I've been playing it recently. From like 12 hours a day down to like 10 minutes total. Literally just bare minimum to do dailies at the moment. But they've announced some pretty interesting things around the corner. The problem is the speed at which they get them out is so slow because the dev team is so small. But they'll get there eventually. Are we still on the leaderboard? Kind of. They added Iron Man game mode, or what they call Lone Wolf, which is basically self-sufficient. So now there's a leaderboard for all the people who have trading enabled and all the people who have trading disabled. And on the trading disabled leaderboard, because we went with no trading, we are, I think, like 5th or 6th place right now. But on the total leaderboard, I think we're like 30-something, so we're not top 20 anymore. But on the Iron Man Lone Wolf leaderboard, self-sufficient, whatever you want to call it, the no trading leaderboard, we, I think we're like 5th or 6th or something. Oh, so hello, Eric. Welcome, welcome. Because that one update they did with trading kind of divided the leaderboard into the 2 groups. Alright, there we go. Well, there's the room. I can't take it, though. But we'll worry about that later. Anyways, guys, any other questions? Any other anythings? Otherwise, I believe that is every daily and weekly that is applicable right now. Unless we want to go do 4 more battles. You know what we gotta do? Go do 4 more battles. I can't just leave that hanging. Let's go do, oh no, what's a good area to go do 4 more? Let's just do some Explore, I guess. Let's go back to Golvania, but use a Flower Dragon team instead of the thing we were using earlier. Because I was using that to try to get our barrier gem, but let me go use a real team. Yeah, let's do 4 more battles real quick. I can't just leave it hanging with only 4 left. Just in case I forget to claim it later this week and I forget the armor there the whole time. What is version 8.7? It didn't really do too much. It was mostly for newer players. Aside from the 3 new achievements that we end up doing, like the Burning Gem one, the Barrier Gem one, and the Freeze Gem one, the only other thing it really did was rework a lot of the early game questing. So the first 1 hour experience for new players got reworked, and the first time you do any quest line in the game got reworked. But beyond that, the most recent patch didn't really do that much. It was mostly like a new player experience patch. So anyone who's already finished all quest lines would already be past the point where the patch basically did anything. Other than the few new achievements and everything. And a few bug fixes. I should take an extra turn skull, but it's fine. We already have enough damage off of that. So I think we have enough stars now. I just want to finish out until we get one more loot thingy here. I just realized we're not going to get enough though, are we? Because we need to get 85 and we're going to get like 80 something. No, we're still going to be slightly short. That's unfortunate. Well, we already got the stars we needed though. That's the main thing I wanted. Are we really going to be like 3 stars short though? Yep, 6. Got a little bit of a lower roll. But I got what I came there for, which was the stars. Oh yeah, we got a new weapon. Deal some damage to an enemy boosted by cursed gems at a 3 times boost ratio, so useless basically. If they are poisoned, deal double damage and then poisons them. Unless this has auto extra turn on it, this thing is completely dead content. Unless it gets extra turn from being upgraded. Let me go check. And even if it does, it's barely usable. But if it doesn't, it is 100% dead content. Summers and all this mess is what I'm looking for. I was thinking to go, I got such a backlog of weapons I need to go upgrade. Since when did I have so many weapons I don't have upgraded? When did this happen? Alright, steel 2-man, oh yeah, it's useless. Unfortunate. Boo. Alright, do we just go on an upgrading spree? I think we just go on an upgrading spree. Let me go upgrade some of our, oh yeah, these you can't ever upgrade though. But let me go upgrade everything else. I'm just gonna use major orbs on them. We got a lot of upgrading debt in here. Let me go upgrade all the ones we can. Oh, it should be all of them. Pretty sure we have enough orbs to do literally everything in here. Alright, that's one of the immortal ones. The immortal ones you can't upgrade because you only get them from upgrading the immortal. Oh wow, we almost have the Glacia one max. One more level and it's a max weapon. It'll be our first maxed immortal weapon. As well as there's our first max immortal in general. Does the weapon even do anything relevant? Cleanse all allies. Okay, wait, it's actually not bad. Wait, what? I forgot, this thing's not useless, is it? Cleanse all allies, then creates 9 freeze gems. If the immortal Glacia is in your team, create 5 more. If this used blue, it would actually be not horrible. The fact this doesn't use blue is such a missed opportunity to make this weapon actually usable. Unfortunate. But, yeah, the fact it doesn't use blue, that's kind of horrible. 20 mana cost single color green is so bad. But if you were creating 14 blue gems, but it used blue, that wouldn't actually be that bad. It'd be a little pricey, but for cleanse and everything else, it would probably be fine. Mortal weapon, immortal weapon, immortal weapon. We're all the non-immortal weapons. I'm sure there's a way to hide them. Like minus immortal in the search. I don't think it works like that. If I type in minus immortal, I'm pretty sure it would not hide all these. Alright, is that all of them? I think that's all of them now. Alright, that is now every weapon that we can max, fully max. The rest of these are just the immortal weapons that you can only max by upgrading the immortal. Alright, there we go. I don't know, how are we doing on pets and everything else then? Let's see, troops. We're actually still missing quite a few, oddly enough. But most of these just like past like glory troops and stuff. I've just been skipping to save a little bit more on gems. Some of these are also those old ones that you have to get through the thingy. Which should be rotating back around or something. I'm not sure what's been happening with them. But you should be able to obtain them in the future. They just have such a weird delay on them though. Beyond that... also, I still somehow do not have Immortal Gemini. Obviously, we're still missing the 2 Sentinels as well. And then under pets, we should own everything. We just don't have everything maxed. Well, aside from the Immortal pets. These are just the 5 Immortal pets. But not counting the Immortal pets that we don't currently own. We have everything here. And it's just a matter of upgrading it all. Which we're still missing a couple. I got a major pet orb we could go use on something. I didn't realize that. Not like it'll matter too much. Because I'm probably just putting on a cosmetic pet. Sort by rarity? Oh yeah, I guess you could do it that way and they all go in the first slot. We already got them all upgraded, so we're good to go now. Alright, there we go. Anyways, guys, we'll be calling it there for now. We'll be back next week's Monday as far as Gems of War is concerned. And we will still be streaming throughout the week. It just likely won't be Gems of War for anything. As this week is pretty uneventful. The only real big things this week is event key for 2 Teslas. Really important if you have it, or if you have the resources to do it. Make sure to go get the Tina 9000 pet on Wednesday. This is the first time it's been specifically targetable. And beyond that, yeah, just like a little faction expansion thing, but it's not really too big a deal. You just want to get a little bit more shards from it. How's the new campaign system? Is it better than before? Yes. It gives you a lot more rewards than before, though it does take a little bit longer to complete. But it gives you a lot of time. Like, all the rewards that you see here are way more rewarding than before, and you have 10 weeks to complete them. But it's very unlikely you would complete them all in the 1 week unless you play a lot. I think we got them done by the 3rd week, with most of them getting done by the 2nd week when we did the Vault event weekend. But it is possible to do them all in a week, but you have 10 weeks to do them, so plenty of time. And all the ones to get your stars is a little bit slower now. Compared to the previous system where you would automatically get it done in like 10, 20, 30 minutes without doing anything. This you actually kind of have to go out of your way for, or directly target some. If you don't target it at all, it could take a couple days to get it done, depending on how much you play. Though we got it done today without really going out of our way at all. But you do earn these stars way slower than the previous campaign system's full completion. But on an average week, you're easily going to hit this by just doing dailies. Like, if you're just doing, like, bare minimum dailies, you're still going to hit the 100 stars you need to go and complete this out, most likely. But it is a little bit slower than the previous system, but it does reward you better than the previous system. So overall, I would say it's an improvement, the campaign changes they made in the 2 patches ago. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks so much for stopping by as always. Greatly appreciated. Feel free to leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Helps out a lot and is greatly appreciated. And I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching.